I chose the Maverick HPX-S as the skiff that I run here in the Low Country because of Maverick's history of building amazing technical skiffs over the years inside their boat line, but mostly because this boat was specifically designed and created with the knowledge that they had built over all those years. And what ended up resulting, in my mind, is the most versatile and detail-oriented technical skiff on the market. And I don't say that after having just a few weeks with this boat. I did not make a review early on because I wanted credibility. I did not know a lot about this boat early other than what I'd been told. I had not experienced what I've experienced now. The things that stood out then that make it so clear of being such an amazing technical skiff have been consistent, and how the boat has performed has been consistent since day one. I now have over 175 trips in this skiff over the last year, and the wear and tear on this boat is pretty much non-existent. The color of the boat has not faded at all. There are no gel coat fractures, there are no errors in build, there are no loose anything. The hatches, which are still just as dry today as they were when I first got the boat, and that's saying something because these hatches in this skiff are the driest hatches I have ever seen in any flats boat. And I do have the luxury, or fortunate enough to have been in most every flats boat of recent years that has been produced, fishing around the world in many different ones. They don't perform like this boat does, not across so many things. And it isn't like this boat does this kind of good over here and it does this kind of good over here. It does this amazing in both places, wherever it's going to be used. What's so important to me and what stood out right off the bat is I need to be able to run across some big water at times. I move across a piece of water that's over a mile across. It's a river that I also move up and down. Oftentimes tide and wind are going against each other, and in other boats we would be wet. This is not a wet boat. This is the driest skiff I have personally owned. And then even though it does that, it's got incredibly low freeboard once we get to where we're at to fish. And that makes a huge difference, because now with that low freeboard and how aerodynamic that design of that freeboard is, I can pull to fish I couldn't pull to in the wind, in maybe even a soft bottom. There was no way I could do that in any skiff that I owned before, and I can now. And also, it's effortless to keep it from blowing down a flat. If I have wind at the back of the boat, I can very easily hold the boat slowly so that we're not running fish.
Nice work, man.
That also equates to better gas mileage. This F70 is the perfect match from Yamaha on this skiff. The lightness of the skiff when using power pole, I never really see that power pole flex hardly. The boat just stops and it's easy and quiet. The ability to get that good a gas mileage from the Yamaha at speeds as much as 40 miles an hour in this boat are kind of mind-blowing how little gas I actually burn. And lastly, one of the other things that I have to point out in terms of how great a fishing boat it is, on the pole, it is the fastest thing I've ever pulled. And it's a 17'8" boat, but it is so much faster and easier to pull. To be able to run down fish that I couldn't run down before, to be able to turn on a dime. I can flip it 180 degrees like with almost no movement at all, and the boat does not list a bunch, making the angler unstable. So I don't plan to go anywhere else. This boat is everything I need it to be and makes my life as a guide here in the Low Country so much better to be able to fish from this skiff.